When it comes to picking a commuter car, we'd all love to drive something like this. Can you imagine, top down, heading to work, not a care in the world? But let's get real. Chances are you're going to be getting into something like this. That's right. Most people, in fact, are either driving a four-door sedan, or if they're getting out of something like a crossover, there's a good chance they're going to be getting into a four-door sedan. And this is one of the best in the business, the Honda Accord. Honda has been making Accords since 1976. So this is essentially the 9th generation Accord. And of course, just like with every previous Accord, it's bigger, it's better, it's faster. In fact, under the hood, you have a V6 that produces 278 horsepower. There are multiple trim levels and engine options for the Honda Accord sedan. If you go with the bottom trims, you get an inline 4 with a 6-speed manual or a CVT. However, if you step up to the EXL or the Touring, you're going to get this wonderful 3.5 liter V6, something called Earth Dreams by Honda. I guess they kind of wanted to counter what Mazda was doing with Sky Active, whatever. Bottom line is, this is a wonderful engine, produces 278 horsepower as mentioned, plus 252 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 6-speed automatic. This thing is a rocket, especially by mid-size sedan standards. Honda went through great lengths to make this Accord a vehicle that's really going to stand out in the segment. For example, these LED lights, this new bold grille. Overall styling on the Accord is just sexier. It looks more powerful. It's starting to really kind of push that premium brand, and why not? This car has been around for a long time. It's tried and true. One thing you know about when you buy a Honda Accord is you're going to get a great vehicle. You're going to get a vehicle that's going to have great resale value, and it's going to hold up, you know, for several 100,000 miles. So, in my opinion, in the segment, this is easily one of the top 2 or 3 that you should look at when making your buying decision. As great as the Honda Accord is to look at, it's all about the driving experience and how the car looks on the inside. And I got to tell you, Honda went through great lengths to make this vehicle more premium than ever. And it all really starts with this key fob. When I hold this key fob, it feels heavy. It feels luxurious. I really feel like I'm driving a luxury car and not a non-luxury car. What's nice about this, it's a proximity key, so you don't even have to push a button to get into the door. And you have a bright red push button start button that Honda started doing in some of their vehicles, which I love because it makes it stand out, so you always know what button to push to go. As mentioned, the IP or instrument panel of the Honda Accord is dramatically improved. Everything from the steering wheel to the gauges to the 8-inch navigation screen. By the way, this screen, even if you don't get navigation, is standard on every single Honda Accord. But they've really stepped it up. In my opinion, this is now one of the best looking IPs, interiors in general, of any vehicle in this segment. So one thing about the gauges, you know, when you get behind the wheel of a Porsche, especially their sports cars, you notice that the center gauge is a big tack because that's what you need. But in a vehicle like this, RPM's not so important. What is important is how fast you're going. So they made the speedometer considerably larger, and that makes sense. But my favorite feature, which should be standard in my opinion on just about every car, is what Honda calls lane watch. So if I want to put my right turn signal on, booyah, look at that. The nav screen turns into a camera that's focused on my blind spot. That is brilliant. It even gives you these lines to let you know when it's safe. It automatically comes on when you put your right turn signal on, or you can manually turn it on by pushing this button, which is at the end of the turn signal. This is great technology. I'd like to see it standard in more and more cars. So as you can see now, I've got it on. You always know when it's safe to change lanes. Besides that, Honda has a ton of safety features, too much for me to go into in this one video, but they've really stepped it up. I'm not saying the Honda Accord is fast, but in test after test, we got 0 to 60 times right around 6 seconds. And the 6-speed automatic transmission really works well with this engine. This is a rocket ship. Now I realize that probably 85% of Accords sold are going to be the 4-cylinder engine, and they make great 4-cylinder engines. But if you want that extra power and you don't think that 4-cylinder is going to be enough, this is one of the better V6s on the market today. Other than that, Steering, handling, seating, everything is really been tightened up with the Accord. I think they've done a great job, and what's nice about getting an Accord now is that it's going to be at the beginning of its life cycle. So for the next 5 or 6 years, you can expect to see this exact body style on the road, and so 3 years, 4 years from now, your Accord is still going to look fresh. Like most mid-size sedans in this segment, the Honda Accord is going to start around $20,000, fully loaded, navigation, V6, leather, top of the line. You're looking at around $33,000, $34,000, and again, that's pretty standard as compared with the rest of the segment. So there you have it, the all-new 9th generation Honda Accord, bigger, better, and faster than ever.